Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of News in Motion. Today is Monday, October 16th, 2023. Um, we are in a new week. How was everybody's weekend? Did you do anything exciting over the weekend? If so, please let us know in the chat. Let us know if you have anything exciting going on this week, whether it be an anniversary, uh, any birthdays, let us know. I'm just gonna say it right now. This week, it is a special week for me. Because I will be turning 21 on Friday. I am so thankful and grateful to even be saying that. So, yes, I will be turning 21 this upcoming Friday. But please let us know if you have anything exciting going on this week, and let us know how your weekend was. Whether you are tuning in through Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, or any of our streaming and audio podcast platforms, we just want to say thank you for tuning in. Be sure to hit the like button, share this with a couple of friends, and let them know that you're tuning into News in Motion for your relevant commentary and call to action news. We will be joined by Miss Gail momentarily right after a few shout outs. Shout out to Miss Kim Emerson tuning in through YouTube. Good morning, Miss Patricia Lyles tuning in through Facebook. Good morning, Mr. Lewis Pryor III. Good morning, Miss Adrian, also tuning in through YouTube. Good morning, Mr. Latrice Jones tuning in through Facebook. Good morning, Miss Tracy Newmy, who is tuning in through YouTube. And good morning to you, Mr. Robert Holman. So, with that being said, y'all know what we do here. Let's get ready for some news in motion.
News in motion.
What's up, everyone? Isaiah has let me put me on notice. Friday is his day, and I see his mom said, and we will be turning up. I see you, Miss Teresa, coming in from LinkedIn. Good morning to you. What's up, Deborah Johnson? I see you, Dr. Antoinette and Shardinia and Lori. Good morning to all of you. So, yes, y'all get prepared. We're going to make sure we take care of Isaiah. And so every day this week, you will be sick of me. What's the girl say? Prepared to be sick of me. So I have to do my auntie duties as well as my employer duties and say, y'all start thinking even now, sewing in $21. He's going to be 21 years old on Friday. So sewing in $21 into his life. So Isaiah, each day this week, post up your Cash App on the screen so that people can have it. Y'all, $21, $21. Y'all can do more. You can do way more. But let's just bless this young man. He's been doing great things. So he's going to put that up on the screen so that you will have it. Bless however you are led to bless. I see you, Marion Jackson, coming in as well. All right, y'all. Today is Monday. It is Monday, October the 16th, 2023. And we have some news. Oh my gosh, we have some news. So before I even get to the news, let me know how your weekend, what all did you do this weekend? How's everything going? His Cash App is now up. For those of you who are listening on the podcast audio, it is Isaiah Jones 1916. Isaiah Jones 1916. Again, I'll say that Isaiah Jones 1916, that is his Cash App. So y'all, again, no pressure, but let's bless the young man. Let's bless him. How was your weekend? What did you do? How are things going? I had a great weekend. Started off Friday, took my father to a retirement event for where he worked for 22 years, and that was after another job. He's been working probably all of his life. But anyway, enjoyed that with my dad, had a good time. Went from there had a meeting, and then I went to celebrate my nephew's senior year, senior football. He's a starter for Pickerington North. And they won. They beat New Albany here in Central Ohio, 24-21. It was down to the last few seconds of the game. It was a great game, and I think most of my family was there. And we have a really big family, so we just had a great time at the game. It got a little chilly out there, but we had fun. Then on Saturday, I supported one of my friends, Dr. Kim Carter, who comes in and out when she's able to here, who spoke at a luncheon. And then on Sunday, I was a complete bum. So I was in my pajamas all day. Yes, I was. But I did tune in to New Salem Baptist Church to hear my dear friend and the godmother of my daughter, Minister Brenda Troy, deliver a powerful message on Sunday morning. Absolutely powerful message talking about community. And then I watched Netflix. So hey, that was my day. So let me know what you all were doing. I see you, Judy Neal. Good morning. I see you, Yvonne Gardner. Deborah Sneed. Good morning. Kim Edmondson says she is mourning the 49ers loss. Listen, I watched that game too because my father is a Browns fan. And I didn't watch to the end, okay? I'm not watching the whole game. And I said, the Browns moved that ball too fast. They should have slowed down because now I just knew the 49ers were going to come back and beat them. And that dude missed the field goal from 49. I said, ooh, I'm sure he's going to feel salty all week. So the Browns won. And my dad was just screaming because I called and I was like, you're 88. I'm going to need you to calm down. You can't be screaming like that. Lori Wallace says she had a fantastic busy weekend, Moses' last cold football game. And it was cold this weekend. They won. She said her baby was amazing. I'm sure he was. I'm sure he was. And then you went to see your goddaughter's friends dance at DCDC. Yvonne Gardner says she's celebrating the Browns taking down the 49ers. So yeah, that's what we do here on News in Motion come Monday. We go through, do a recap. So if you're tuning in, just be patient. We'll get to the news momentarily. But yeah, keep filling up the chat. If you are tuning in, whether it's on YouTube, LinkedIn, or Facebook, you can see some of the chat features. LinkedIn is a kind of wonky. You don't see all the chat features. That's why I try to read back some of these. Tracy Newme said, I did nothing but rest. My bones hurt all weekend. Well, we pray for your healing. I see you, Donita. Good morning. Deborah Johnson says she is celebrating the Browns win. Yeah, it's funny when y'all been ride and die with a team forever. That's good. There is nothing finer than the Browns beating the 49ers. All right. And then Dr. Antoinette said annual leadership conference for her denomination's region. She said she was selected as a member of the board. Well, congratulations to you. That's what I'm talking about. Congratulations to you. I see Terry Davis popping in here as well. I think I grabbed everybody. And if so, let's get to some news. How about that? How about that? Y'all, real quick, I want to just remind everyone that this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, dedicated to supporting those who are affected by breast cancer by accelerating research and providing important support, not just during the month, but all year round. Domestic Violence Awareness Month, that's happening this month, which was started by the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, is used as a way to unite and connect individuals and organizations who work on domestic violence issues and raise awareness. World Mental Health Day, that was actually October the 10th, but we're still going to talk about it today. It began in 1992 and is utilized to raise awareness for mental health issues and mobilize efforts that are made to support those who struggle with their mental health. So we just want to lift those up. If you ever want to give to any of those causes, make sure you vet the organizations that you want to give to. We try to put list out here every now and then. I will do a few banners this week throughout the month. And when you see those, we're saying that we vetted them already and they're good to go. I see you, Stephanie Burbridge Hall. And Donita says she went to Cincinnati for homecoming. Great weekend. Good. And then Deborah said, y'all want y'all to hear this one. This seems just relaxing. She says she crocheted all weekend. All right, it has to be amazing Afghan or sweater or hat or mittens or whatever. I think I saw your picture on Facebook of a lot of things. So yeah, if y'all need a hookup, pay her and maybe she'll do something for you. All right, y'all. Israel and Hamas. And this morning allergies is working me. Y'all, current death tolls. This was as of last evening at 10:01 p.m. Eastern time. The U.S. State Department they are reporting that 30 Americans killed as of 10:15. There have 13 who are unaccounted for. Um, Israel, 1,400 plus are considered killed. 3,000 more than 3,500 wounded. In Gaza, 2,670 are reported killed. 9,600 are wounded. Y'all, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said yesterday the country's military operations were focused on completely dismantling Hamas, signaling Israel is planning to mount a full-scale invasion into the Gaza Strip. I remember last week I showed y'all an image of that. Um, and his comments come a week after the invasion and subsequent brutal attack by Hamas. Now they are calling for residents in the northern area of Gaza to evacuate southward. I believe they're going to start moving in today. They're 7 hours ahead of us on Eastern time zone, so it's right about maybe 2:38 or something in the afternoon. And some of this began taking place at 8 a.m. this morning. Now, there's a lot of reports that are out there, and this one is interesting to me because I want to fight back sometimes. Y'all know me by now. But Barron's.com, as well as so many other news sites, are reporting that the United States have organized a ship to take Americans out of Israel to Cyprus today, the U.S. Embassy is stating. Now, each passenger, this is the part that I'm having a little trouble with, each passenger will have to sign a document promising to repay the cost of the trip. Okay, wait a minute. You sending over military aid, which I agree with. You're sending over assistance, which I agree with. These are U.S. citizens. You charging them to get out, and there's a war going on. Make that make sense for me. That's really troubling for me. And then they can only carry one suitcase. I get it, and they're trying to fit people on, I guess, a ship that's already in that area. So I get a lot of that, but they got to pay you back. That part I'm not understanding. So y'all, maybe they'll work through that, and somebody will come up and give a better scenario. All right, y'all, bringing it closer to home. George Santos. Wow. He got into a heated exchange with an activist over Israel while he was holding a 2-month-old baby on Friday. He cussed him out. Like literally, George Santos cussed out this protester. And this protester happened to be a Jewish person who was just wanting to know, where do you stand? How can you help? He's asking him some questions. So then he went and got George Santos went and got a Capitol Police and tried to put out the protest. The protesters have been there interviewing representatives all day on Friday. So I don't know what happened, but I mean and it's out there. The video's out there. Just go check it out when you get a chance. Just go check it out when you get a chance. And he drops the F bomb. I'm just gonna warn you, George Santos drops the F bomb, and it's all being recorded. And I don't know what happened. And but the way he if I can use this analogy, the way he transformed was very concerning. I said, that's who we have in our offices, taking votes and doing things. I mean, he just changed. They asked Kevin McCarthy right before they were asking George Santos. Kevin McCarthy stopped and gave information. Y'all see how the news reporters and people do this all day long when they're walking through the halls of the Capitol building. So I have no idea. Yes, Apostle Anita, reveal and uncover. That is what happened. I was like, whoa, what just happened to this guy? This guy transformed. So when you get a chance, Google it. The videos are out there. Now, speaking of the representatives, y'all, no speaker since October the 3rd, 2023. Politico is reporting that talks of possible bipartisan solution to the House Speaker standoff that has created all this chaos within the House of Chaos. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffrey said on Sunday on Meet the Press, enough is enough. So he said there are some unofficial conversations that are taking place and that he's leading those. Now he's a leader. Hello, somebody. Y'all need to know who to vote for. He said they are informal conversations that have been underway since Friday, but when they get back to Washington today, that they're going to finalize those discussions. He said enough. He said there's things that need to take place. He says, and I quote, to ensure that votes are taken on bills. Like they can't do any of that until they have a speaker, that they have a substantial Democratic support and substantial Republican support so that the extremists aren't able to dictate the agenda. So, y'all know now, Steve Scalise dropped out. So now we have Jim Jordan. I don't know why, but he can't seem to garner the votes either to become speaker. So he's short of that 217 votes needed to win to be Speaker of the House floor. Even former Representative Liz Cheney has come out to say that if Jim Jordan becomes Speaker, y'all can forget the GOP. She said they would lose the House majority, that there will be a lot of chaos. She used the word chaos. And yes, y'all, I'm still saying the house is on fire. I know it's the roof on fire, but the house is on fire. So that's really interesting what's happening there. So nothing can take place until they get a speaker in there. So Hakeem Jeffrey has come to the forefront and say, hey, we're willing to negotiate with you all. So we'll see how all of that will pan out after today. So I had to, y'all know me, I got to connect dots here. So how to successfully vote people out of office. That's what we should be talking about right now. So now, to successfully, because I had to do some research this weekend because I'm tired. I really want to fly into DC, use my White House press pass, and say, "Let me help y'all." Look. At this point, I'll do it for free because y'all need some help. Y'all need some people from the outside looking in to help y'all. So I've come up with this piece. Yep, how to successfully vote people out of office, which typically involves a combination of civic engagement, political activism, which means we have to become activists, and active participation in the democratic process. Now, here are just a few steps and strategies. So if y'all don't like it, we can, if y'all like it, excuse me, if you like it, share this with somebody else, or if you have other suggestions, let me know. Well, number one, we have to register to vote. I have been begging all of you all to register to vote and to help us get people registered to vote. I've asked all of our viewers, just reach out to 3 to 5 people. We even have a PDF to show you how to do it step by step. Some of the focus groups are still going on, some of them are not. People get excited in the beginning, then we fall off, then we have to get excited again. But y'all, needs to be a continuation because y'all need to look around. This is what's happening right now. So register people to vote. You can go to iwillvote.com. There are other places you can go to as well. You can go to us.gov, register to vote. But this is also the time that you should check your voter registration. Early voting has started a lot with this upcoming election for November the 7th. So check out your registration now. There's some places you can register to vote the same time you go and vote. Just go to yourstatedepartment.gov and check it out. So, like for ours is ohio.gov. For Maryland, I believe yours is maryland.gov. Most of them would be the state.gov. Check out your voting registration. Stay informed. Hello, y'all. News in Motion is a place to be. If this is not the news for you, then make sure you are connecting with a reputable news source that's giving you facts and not propaganda. So find that place. Don't sit there and watch it 24 hours straight because that will burn you out. Even those of you who are watching this war unfold, at some point, take a break because it will burn you out. I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you what I know. So stay informed. Be well informed about the candidates and their positions. No, get beyond the commercials, beyond the spins, beyond all their sound bites, and get to the root. Find out how they vote. That is public knowledge, you all. You can go to house.gov. House.gov. Y'all, this is so simple. You can go to WH for whitehouse.gov to also find the information you need. Engage in grassroots organizing. Listen, y'all, join or support grassroots organizations and share your political goals. Share your political goals. These groups can help coordinate efforts to mobilize voters and support candidates who align with your values. We have to stop, pull back, write up our values, our morals, what we are hoping for as a constituent. And then also, y'all go to town hall meetings, volunteer for campaigns. I know I probably just hit a nerve right there. Volunteer, you all, volunteer for campaigns. Find one that you can support and volunteer with them. Donate to campaigns. I know. Listen, Get a dummy email. When I say a dummy email, email where all your political stuff go. And every now and then, once a week or whatever, go and check it out. Delete the whole row. Doesn't matter. So come up with an email and make sure that's the email you give them. If not, everybody in the kitchen sink will be emailing you and they will flood your email. I don't want that to happen to you. So donate, get out to vote, encourage people once you have registered to vote, encourage people voter participation, get them out there to vote. Mobilize through social media, y'all. Use the social media to raise awareness about your preferred candidates and the issues. The issues are important. Here in Ohio, we have two excuse me, two issues, especially like in the Franklin County area. I'm not in that area, I'm in Delaware, but Franklin County area, you have issue one all over Ohio. Read it to understand it. This issue one is not the issue one that we voted on in August. August was about the Constitution. That was something totally different than this issue one. This that's on the ballot for November the 7th. The other one, and especially in Franklin County, I believe is issue two, and that's the Columbus City Schools. Read it to get an understanding for yourself as to what's happening. And then there are other issues out there as well. In every state, read the measures, read them. You can go to ballotpedia.org, put in your state, put in your district, whatever information, your county, and read what's out there. Put yourself together a sample ballot. Put a sample ballot together so that you know what you're looking at when you're going into the polls. Ballotpedia.org is reputable, it is nonpartisan, and it gives you a wealth of information, and it will connect you even to your voting. It will connect you to register to vote. It will connect you of what IDs you need. It will connect you. It gives you a list of everything you need. That's your one-stop shop right there. All right, y'all, primary elections, y'all, there's just so much coming up. So 2024, get ready for it. Yes, Fred Jones, good morning to you. Good morning, Dr. Annette, to you. Participate in local politics, y'all. Focus on the local elections. That's really what a lot is going on this November are your local elections. So connect to it. See what's happening, y'all. Talk to people. Go to town hall meetings. I'm going to keep telling y'all, go to town hall meetings. Please go to town hall meetings. Support challengers. Identify strong candidates who share your values and encourage them to run for office. Here at News in Motion, we're trying to put together a piece to roll out hopefully sometime in January, February on, and this won't be for the November 2024 election, but it could go for the 2025 election. We want to start mentoring people and connecting people. So yes, we are reaching out to those already in the House of Representatives and to the Senate saying, will you mentor or will some of your aides mentor? Because we got to change this paradigm here because this is ridiculous. And it can no longer be the same old names and the same old people. Listen, we have to stop looking, and I'm going to say this momentarily. Stop reading the books from the same people. Okay, you've gleaned from them, you understand them, and yes, you're excited about them and you want to support them. And their stuff is great. There are a lot of people out here writing books, a lot of people out here doing news, a lot of people out here selling products, a lot of people out here who are designing, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on. But they don't get any press. Why? Because we're so focused on the people we've been supporting for the last 20 and 30 and sometimes 40 years. Y'all, there's new blood out here. So if we're talking about changing the paradigm within the House and the Senate, we have to talk about changing the paradigm with the people we interact with right here in our local communities, y'all. We have to think differently. The mindset has to shift. So utilize referendums and initiatives. If your jurisdiction allows for ballot initiatives or referendums, consider organizing and supporting campaigns to change specific policies or laws. We've been talking about doing that here, right here on News in Motion, and we really want to get to work on that. And I'm going to nominate Latrice Jones because she can't respond yet to help head that up. Mike Nicholson said, yep. Lori Wallace says, amen, shift. There has to be a shift. Y'all know this is on here, attend town hall meetings. Y'all knew I had that in here, right? Engage with your current representatives and candidates. Give up your evening and go sit. Even if you're sitting there listening and taking notes, just be in the room. Y'all, we're invited to be in those rooms. Do you realize that now this is a sad number, only 2% of a representative's constituents attend town hall meetings? What? They said sometimes you may see two people in there. Sometimes you may see 30 people. They said, but it's never a crowded room. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. We need to go and do that. Build coalitions, collaborate with like minded groups and individuals to amplify your collective impact and support candidates who align with your views. Be persistent. Hello? Change often takes place through perseverance. Continue to engage in the political process, even if you don't see immediate results. Don't get mad. And then encourage voter education. That's one thing that I pride myself here on News in Motion, that we are always trying to educate the voters. So promote political education and encourage others to make informed choices when voting. That is my list, y'all. So remember this process of voting out incumbents. Now, I just want to share this with you, or elected officials can be extremely challenging. It's very rare that you can vote somebody out because it takes money. That's why I said, regardless of what it is, $1, $2, $3, whatever support, y'all, we have to start. And when our mindset and our shifting of our thinking, the other thing that we must do is start, as much as we do services for hair and nails and barbershop, and we go buy clothing and shoes and this, that, and the other, the latest this, that, and the other, the iPhone 15 and whatever that looks like. Start thinking, okay, can I give 5% of what I would do to buy something? Can I give 5% to a food bank? Can I give 5% to someone who's doing voter education? Can I give 5% to someone who's out here meeting with people? Can I buy them a cup of coffee as they're out there meeting other people? So, y'all, a cup of coffee, it may go anywhere from $1 to $4 to $5. We have to start shifting our mindset and say, how do we pour into people who are already out here doing the work? So, grassroots organizing, mobilization, voter education, whatever that is, civic engagement. How do I bless that person? How do I give to them so they can continue to do the work? Listen, everyone's not on a smartphone or have a device, especially some of the elderly people. They still want the paper. They still want the paper. So paper costs money. So if people are out there running off postcards and running off papers and running off whatever it is, those numbers add up. And although people are out there doing the work, they're also struggling, but they're trying to make sure that people have the necessary resources that they need. So just remember that. Remember that. That was a whole lot, but I wanted to share all of that with you. And I'll keep going with the news. Please give me some feedback in there. President Joe Biden's campaign raised over $70 million in quarter ending September. 70 million. That's the current sitting president. The person who has 91 indictments, right? He raised 120 million. Make that make sense. Make it make sense. Why are so many people continuously supporting the campaign where it is clear that he has done some stuff? But yeah, he raised 120 million. The former guy, Donald Trump, raised 120 million dollars, where the current sitting president for his campaign raised 70 million. Yeah. Around the world, Wall Street Journal is reporting Rite Aid files for bankruptcy. I used to love that place. The 61-year-old drugstore chain, which has more than 2,000 locations across the U.S., sought Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection the other day. Yeah, the company plans to restructure, closing several stores and installing a new top executive. Y'all, in Australia, get this, y'all. They rejected the indigenous referendum. How do you reject that? Make that make sense. And in an attempt to recognize the indigenous people of Australia with the constitutional referendum, it was rejected Saturday, with 60% of the country voting against it. Huh? So, okay, so I'm gonna be going to Australia because from what I read here, you don't even like me. So, yeah, that's happening. AP reports in Poland, exit polls show that opposition parties, which pledged to restore relations with EU, won enough seats in a swing balance of power in the parliament. The actual vote will happen today. New Zealand took steps in the right direction with the opposition National Party emerging victorious against Labor in the country's election. So those are two elections you want to watch because they are vital. There are connections with the U.S. Yeah, in a public service announcement, I want to share with you that renting is now cheaper than buying per Bloomberg. So renting is now cheaper than buying a home. Yep. So all of this is adding up. All of this is adding up. And I need to also share this report from a statement from the White House. Um, on October the 14th, it would have been George Floyd's 50th birthday. So President Biden put out a release that said George Floyd should be alive. He should be celebrating his 50th birthday with his young daughter, Gianna, family, and friends. He deserves so much more. He says, today we join his family to honor his life and legacy, and we remember the tragedy and injustice of his death that sparked one of the largest civil rights movements in our nation's history and inspired the world. He says, George Floyd's murder exposed for many what Black and Brown communities have long known and experienced, that our nation has never fully lived up to its highest ideal of fair and impartial justice for all under the law. He goes on to say, the day before her father's funeral, Gianna told me, Daddy changed the world. 3 years after her father's murder, my answer to Gianna remains the same. He has. So this goes on, it's like 7 or 8 paragraphs. You can just go to wh.gov and read the whole piece for yourself. So with that, I want to move to the inspirational message. And it really comes from my time on the sofa yesterday watching Netflix. I watched this movie, and I don't know if you watched it or not. Um, the movie's called Nowhere. It's just straight out called Nowhere. And it's really some immigrants fleeing their country because of abuse, because of a takeover. And it actually reminded me of what's happening right now in Israel with Hamas. And a pregnant woman, she had to conceal her pregnancy to get on a tractor trailer. They were smuggling people out to get onto a ship to get to safety. Well, couple of things that unfolded for me in watching this movie. Number one, how people had to give their life savings or money or sell things or give them their wedding bands or whatever so that they can get onto this tractor trailer to get to safety, and how people were showing up, and they were and I don't know if the movie is true or not, but it seems so like it's real, especially today. And they were getting them and they were like, no, you don't have enough, you don't have enough. Robert Holman said, good movie, this movie is phenomenal. And so then they was giving up stuff like, here, take this to get on. Then when they got on the tractor trailer, the pregnant women, like some even had babies that they were concealing. They would like take off all these layers of clothes and pull out their children or reveal their pregnancy or whatnot. They had backpacks with their cell phones. They had like bread, things, water to do. And of course, there were bullies on the trailer as well that was taking people's stuff as well. So they would go to different checkpoints, and then the people who were taking over the country would shoot into the trailer to make sure no one was there. So they were trying to conceal. So there was like different layers where people were underneath or up top or in the back or whatever this trailer. Well, this one girl survived one trailer. She and her husband got separated. He was on another trailer. And so she survived. She was hiding. So she was out there for days trying to survive. And she was 9 months pregnant. And she ended up having the baby, and the trailer was starting to get flooded and all these things that were going on. She's her thing was, I gotta survive. She was getting frustrated. She was trying to figure out things and just how to make things work. And then in the end, you would have thought that she had passed away. You might have said too much about the movie if you want to watch the movie, but you got to watch the movie. So, why is that the inspirational message? Y'all, in some seasons, we have to find a way to survive. And it can be the most difficult season for you. But you have to think back. She had to keep going back. She had to keep hearing her husband saying, you're a good person. You can survive. You can fight. Hold on. She kept hearing the voice. And I want to say to you today, keep hearing the voice of the Lord reminding you that you can make it. He's right there with us. Survival skills. Look at what you have in the house. It takes me to a first king or maybe a second king 4:17. What do you have in your house? What do you already have? Even if it looks as if there's not much there, there's something that you can use to keep going. Even if it's something within your thought process. Dig back and find that good to hold on to keep going. Remind yourself, okay, I did this 10 years ago, I can do this again today. I did this 30 years ago, I can use the same method, maybe have to alter a little bit for today. But we have to stop being in this position that we have to give up. The other thing I noticed in this movie was that I started looking at myself, looking around, saying, okay, I don't know if this movie is true or not, but it seems very real to me because of what's happening right now. And I started thinking about, why am I complaining about stupid stuff? When there are people, immigrants, when there are people who are in real third world impoverished countries who are doing whatever they can to survive. They're not mad when they go to the pantry and they're not finding the potato chips or something salty to eat or the ice cream in the freezer. They don't even have a freezer. They don't even know probably what potato chips are. And I was like, I'm complaining about this. I'm complaining about gas prices. They don't even have fuel. Right now in Gaza, there's no electricity, no water coming in, no fuel coming in, no food coming in. Those people are at a place of starving. Whatever they have, people are looting. They're trying to steal from other people. It's like, I'm in the comfort of my home. I can't be complaining about this. Lori Wallace says, amen. We must praise God for what blessings you have. What you focus on will expand. Absolutely. Deborah Sneed is saying truth. Tracy Newmy saying, thank you, Lord. Apostle Anita saying, help us. Stephanie Burbridge Hall saying, speak, Gail Dudley. Listen, y'all, we have to transform our mindset to see what's really happening. And we have to consider, okay, this is me and I'm asking for these things. But there are people out there who are dying on the roadside. There are people in the Gaza Strip that are being raped and beheaded by Hamas. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. So we have to pause going into this holiday season and say, okay, I'm not going to be greedy this season. I'm not. I'm going to take half of what I was going to spend on gifts, which people don't need anyway. And I'm going to take that money and donate to a food bank. I'm going to take that money and donate to a homeless shelter. I'm going to take that money and donate. And you can earmark your money so it doesn't go to operations, but it goes to programs. You can do that. And if we need to do a workshop on that, we can do a workshop on that here on News in Motion. But we have to change the mindset. We have to shift all these things. So looking at that budget, saying, okay, nah, you good. Instead of doing this, we're going to do this. Oh, okay, we've taken this cruise vacation for the past 24 years. We don't need another one. We've done seen all the ports we need to see, so we're going to take that money and put it somewhere else. We're going to do things different. I'm not going to fly first class. I'm going to fly all the way in the back of the plane by the toilet. It's going to be cheaper. I'm still going to get to where I need to go. It's going to be okay. Whatever that looks like. Marion says, please repeat the name of the movie. The movie is called Nowhere, Nowhere, and it's on Netflix. It's a phenomenal movie. Her survival skills, even at the place where she was giving up, because she's like, there's nothing else there. There's nothing else in this trailer to survive. I've now had a baby. She couldn't even get her milk to flow at one point because of her frustration. But just how she was determined, I will live and not die. How she determined that. And that's where we need to get to a place at some point as well. I will live and not die. Our thought process has to change. Our mindset has to change. All right, y'all, that's all we have for today. Until tomorrow, I am Gail Dudley. This has been your News in Motion. Y'all know what I say. Stay well, keep moving, make bold moves, and live your life in abundance. We're out.
News in Motion.